Hi everyone, my name is Fang. Today my topic is Apple iOS operating system. iOS, previously iPhone OS, is a mobile operating system developed by Apple company and distributed exclusively for Apple hardware. Originally unveiled in 2007 for the first iPhone, it has been extended to support other Apple devices such as the iPod Touch, iPad, iPad mini, and second generation Apple TV unveiled. The user interface of iOS is based on the concept of direct manipulation using multi-touch gestures. Interface control elements consist of sliders, switches, and buttons. Interaction with the OS include gestures such as swipe, tap, pinch, and reverse pinch, all of which have specific definition within the context of the iOS operating system and its multi-touch interface. Internal accelerometers are used by some applications to respond to shaking the device or rotating it in 3 dimensions. In iOS, there are 4 abstraction layers: the core OS layer, the core services layer, the media layer, and the Cocoa Touch layer. iOS also shares with OS X some frameworks such as Core Foundation and Foundation. However, its UI toolkit is Cocoa Touch rather than OS X's Cocoa, so that it provides the UI kit framework rather than the AppKit framework. It is therefore not compatible with OS X for applications. Also, while iOS also shares the Darwin Foundation with OS X, Unix-like share access is not available for users and restricted for apps, making iOS not fully Unix compatible either. Before iOS 4, multitasking was limited to a selection of the applications Apple included on the device. Starting with iOS 4 on 3rd generation and newer iOS devices, multitasking is supported through 7 background APIs. In iOS 7, Apple introduced a new multitasking feature, providing all apps with the ability to perform background updates. This feature prefers to update the user's most frequently used apps and prefers to use Wi-Fi networks over a cellular network, without markedly reducing the device's battery life. Major versions of iOS are released annually. The current release, iOS 7, was released on September 18, 2013. The current version of the operating system dedicates 1 to 1.5 gigabits of the device flash memory for the system partition, using roughly 800 megabytes of that partition for iOS itself. It runs on the iPhone 4 and later 2nd generation iPad and later all models of the iPad mini and 5th generation iPod Touch. This is my briefly introduction of iOS operating system, and today my focus will be on the development of the iOS application. The application must be written and compiled specifically for iOS and the 64-bit ARM architecture or previous 32-bit one. The Safari web browser supports web applications as with other web browsers. Authoritative third-party native applications are available for devices running iOS 2 and later through Apple's App Store. On October 17, 2007, in an open letter posted to Apple's Hot News web blog, Steve Jobs announced that the Software Development Kit (SDK) would be made available to third-party developers in February 2008. The SDK was released on March 6, 2008 and allowed developers to make up applications for the iPhone and iPod Touch, as well as test them in an iPhone simulator. However, loading an application onto the device is only possible after paying an iPhone developer program fee. The fee to join the respective developer programs for iOS and OS X would each set at $99 per year. Among all the SDK applications, Xcode is the most famous one. Xcode is an integrated development environment containing a suite of software development tools developed by Apple for developing software for OS X and iOS. First released in 2003, the latest stable release is version 5.1, and is available via the Mac App Store free of charge for Mac OS X line and OS X Mountain line users. Registered developers can download previous release and previous versions of the suite through the Apple developer website. Since the release of Xcode 3.1, Xcode is the development environment for the iOS SDK. iOS applications, like many of the higher-level framework and applications that are part of iOS and OS X, are written in Objective-C. As of July 20, 2011, Apple released Xcode on its Mac App Store free to download for all OS X line users instead of as a standalone download. Users can create and develop iOS and OS X applications using a free copy of Xcode. However, they cannot test their applications on a physical iOS device or publish them to the App Store without first paying the yearly $99 iPhone developer or Mac developer program fee. Developers are able to set any price above a set minimum for their applications to be distributed through the App Store, keeping 70% for the developer and leaving 30% for Apple. Alternatively, they may opt to release the application for free and need not pay any cost to release or distribute the application except for the membership fee. That's all of my presentation today. Thank you very much.